So in 18th, I have the Giants, who I think are really going to struggle in 2023 through their rebuilding stage, after losing so much talent through Tim Taranto, Jacob Hopper, Tanner Bruhn and Bobby Hill. I reckon they will only secure a couple of wins. So in 17th, I have West Coast. Now, last year was a horror show for the Eagles. Much of it will be the same in 2023, as much of their senior players are at the end of their careers and are clogging up the team for younger players. I reckon they will only manage to win a couple of games. So in 16th, I have the Hawks, who are entering a new rebuilding stage after losing almost 200 games of experience and talent through Ben McAvoy, Jack Gunston, Jager O'Meara and Tom Mitchell. So I reckon they will only manage a few wins. So in 15th, slightly shooting up the ladder, I have North Melbourne. So with new coach Alistair Clarkson, I reckon the Roos will improve a lot under his wing and show everyone that they can be a team to be reckoned with in 2023. But they will still struggle and only record 4 to 5 wins. So in 14th, my first bold call, I have St Kilda. Now, I don't know with St Kilda, they tend to disappoint a bit. They looked so good and strong at the start of 2022, then fell apart. But you never know, they could shock us and make the 8, but I don't think this will happen as Max King is out for the first half of the year. So in 13th, my second bold call, I have the Bulldogs. Now, I think the Bulldogs will disappoint us in 2023 after that silly loss to Freo in the finals, which they should have won. They were miles in front and let the game get away from them. So I don't think they will be able to recover really well and disappoint in 2023. So in 12th, I have the Adelaide Crows. Shooting up the ladder and finally showing their fans some hope once again, the Crows will finally show some success in 2023. With their young guns Ben Keys and Darcy Fogarty, they will be a team to be reckoned with in 2023. So in 11th, I have Essendon. Also shooting up the ladder and giving their fans hope once again, the Bombers will forget about their disappointing 2022 season and move on to a much more successful 2023. So in 10th, I have the Gold Coast Suns. Just missing out on their finals debut by just 2 games, the Suns will give their fans a season to remember. Finally, last year they showed us that they could be a finals contender in a few years, winning that magnificent game after the siren against Richmond and that big win against Carlton. So 2023 will be the Suns' most successful season yet. So in 9th, just missing out on the finals by an inch are the Dockers. So after making their first final series since 2015, the Dockers will once again fall out of the 8 in 2023. They lost so much talent during the trade period through Rory Lobb, Blake Acres and Griffin Logue. But you never know, I doubted them last year. They could make the 8 or the top 4, but I just don't think that will happen. So in 8th, just making the finals, I have Port Adelaide. So after their disappointing 2022 season, after dropping out of the 8 completely after finishing 2nd in 2021, the Power will bounce back to normal as I think last year was enough a year for them, starting with an 0-5 record but finished off the season quite good. So I think Port Adelaide will be a good side once again in 2023. So in 7th, I have the Sydney Swans, who I think won't recover very well after that horrific grand final thrashing. But you never know, they could finish in the top 4 and win the grand final. You never know, but I just don't think they will get that far. So in 6th, I have Melbourne, who I think will drop out of the 4 after going out in straight sets in the finals last year. The Gawn and Grundy ruck combo I don't think will work very well. It won't be the greatest thing of all time. So they could bounce back after their disappointing 2022 finals campaign. You never know, but I don't think that will happen. So in 5th, I have the Pies, who are going to be a scary team in 2023. Just missing out on the top 4 by a game, the Pies will be a tough component to play, with new recruits Tom Mitchell, Bobby Hill and Dan McStay. So in 4th, I have the Tigers, who are going to be back to their premiership glory and will be a contender in 2023. With new players Tim Taranto and Jacob Hopper, the Tigers will be a really scary team this season. So in 3rd, I have Carlton. It's now or never for the Blues. Top 4 is a must in 2023. They haven't been contenders in almost 20 years. It's unbelievable how long it's been, but they have the team to do it. They have the talent to do it, and last year was such a heartbreaking end. But you never know. We could be absolutely crap next year. We could make the bottom 4. But I just reckon it's our time to shine and not be the laughingstock of the competition anymore. So in second, I have Brisbane. Now, they are going to be contenders in 2023. They have an unbelievable side. They've picked up Jack Gunston, Josh Dunkley, and Will Ashcroft. So they have a big chance to get their premiership glory for the first time since 2003. So in first, I have Geelong. Now, the Cats are not going anywhere. They are going to be scary again in 2023 and will be chasing down another flag after their fairy tale ending to the season last year. So I think Geelong will be strong and will be a big chance to go back-to-back.